video is going to be me and Riri's birthday Birthstone collab because it is Riri's birthday. If I'm really low energy, I'm very sorry. But I think I had food poisoning last night, so I'm just going to make this video a voiceover because I don't think I'm going to be able to talk through the entire thing. I really wanted to get this video filmed though. I've been resting most of the day, drinking water and Gatorade mostly. I really haven't been able to bring myself to eat anything still. All I had was some soup this morning and that was it. I haven't really eaten anything else. I'm not really sure what I'm going to eat, to be honest. I'm not sure what we're having for dinner. Yeah, I'm just going to get started. So I just wanted to tell you guys that this is our Aquamarine Birthstone look. And since Riri's birthday is in March, I really wanted to surprise her by adding a couple of other of her closest friends here on YouTube. I only got 2 girls to say yes because everybody else said they were going to be too busy to do it, which is really okay. So we have the Adventures of Xinia and we have Kailee Wesley. So thank you so much to both of you for doing this collab with me. I'm really, really happy that you guys were able to do it. This is the first time I'm collabing with Adventures of Xinia. I absolutely love her. And Kailee Wesley is just a total sweetheart. And I just will leave their channels linked below. And please go subscribe to both of them. And also, of course, please go subscribe to Riri, aka The Brutally Honest Beauty. I will leave all of them linked below in the description box. And let's get started. Happy birthday, Riri. Okay, guys, so let's jump in. So first, I primed my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer. And then I went in with my Colourpop Dewdrop Lip Oil to hydrate my lips. And then I used the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Powder to set my eyes. And then we are going to go into the Colourpop So Jaded palette, of course. Just going to open it up. Okay, so the first shade we're going to go into is the shade Turquoise. And I'm going to take that on a crease brush. And I'm just going to buff that all in my crease area. I did take this Sephora brush that I don't really use anymore, and I was trying to get it to work because it was like a clean brush. So I was like, let me just use this, and honestly, it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do at all. Like, it wasn't blending it out properly, so I had to switch to another brush. As you can see, I'm like, what is this brush doing? So I decided to switch to my tried and true Glam Light brush, and of course, it blended out the shadow exactly the way that I wanted it to. And then I took it on the other eye and just buffed it again all over my crease. I'm just drinking water in between me blending, so I'm feeling a lot better today. This is like 6 days later. I was feeling so awful that day that I was filming this. Okay, and then for the what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a halo eye. So I'm taking the shade Sapphire and I'm going to, I was thinking about whether or not I wanted to put it in my crease or if I wanted to do it just on my outer corners or if I wanted to do it as a halo eye. So I decided to put it on my outer corners first and then see whether or not I wanted to do a halo. Then I ended up doing a halo. So I'm just going to work it on the outer corners first. And then I'll put it on the inner part. These blues in this palette are just so beautiful. They always do what I want them to do. I love working with these ones. These are probably my most used blue colors in my collection are these 2 matte blues in this palette because I don't really have too much blue eyeshadow. Really the only other palette that has blue eyeshadow in it is my House Labs palette, and I don't use that palette as often as this one, so I pretty much use this palette anytime I need to do some type of blue look, but obviously this was for Aquamarine, so I wanted to use these 2 shades, obviously. Okay, so then after that is down for the halo, I'm just going to take my glitter glue from NYX, and I'm going to set that down so we can apply the beautiful lid shade. So I'm just going to apply that. I usually don't show this on camera, but for some reason I did this time. Okay, and then we're going to go into the main shade in this look, and obviously that is the shade Aquamarine. And we are going to take that gorgeous turquoise shimmer and we're going to lay it down all in the middle of the lid area, and that is going to be the shade that I'm focusing on, obviously. So I'm just going to take that and lay it down all over the lid. But yeah, there was no way I could like talk through this video that day because I just like was feeling super nauseous still. I mean, I actually didn't get sick that day. I was just feeling really, really nauseous. So I didn't want to like risk talking because I didn't want to get sick again. So I'm just going to take that all over the lid, and I am going to take it a little bit higher into the crease area just to like really get that shade to be very vibrant and very much the focus of the look. And then for the brow bone, the same shade I always go in with every time I use this palette for the brow bone is my Precious. So I'm just going to take that. And that's pretty much it for the eyes. It's a pretty simple blue look, pretty much that, you know, anybody can do. It's just 4 colors that I wanted to do a blue halo eye with. So, I mean, it's not like I haven't done a blue halo eye before, but I haven't done one in a while. So I was like, I'm kind of feeling this. So I was just checking my phone, I think. And then, I just popped it on my brow bone. I love this shade. It's a really beautiful, like, really matte white shade, and it works with every single look that I do with this palette, so I use it every time. Okay, and then for the face, I'm going to prime, of course, with my MAC Prep and Prime Cucumber. I love this one. And then for my primer, I'm going to use my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I am trying to use up this primer, so I decided to use it for this look. I usually use it for either like tutorials or when I go to work. I don't use it as like an everyday primer. And then for my foundation, I did put it on before I blended it out. And I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation in the shade 110C. Sorry, my throat's getting a little dry. And I just took that and buffed it all over the skin. Because I didn't want a super full coverage foundation that day. I just was not feeling it. Because again, I wasn't feeling that great. And I love this foundation because it makes your skin look so gorgeous, and you don't even have to, you know, wear something that's too full coverage, because it makes my skin always look so flawless every time I put it on. So that's why I decided to use this foundation, and I only had used it a few times since I repurchased it, so I just really wanted to use it. Okay, and then for my concealer, I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. I love this concealer so much. It's like one of the best drugstore concealers that I have. I just love it so much. And I'm using, I think, the lightest shade. I think it's like Fair Warm or something. And I'm just going to take that and buff it all over my face. Again, I just didn't really want a super matte concealer, so I just decided to use a hydrating one. And I love this one. I use it all the time, and it's one of my favorites. I think I started to play a Disney movie, because I've been watching quite a few Disney movies the past week. It just makes me happy when I'm like, you know, really like sick or like upset about something. But I also haven't watched Disney movies in a really long time, and I am such a Disney freak that like I would watch them constantly. I was trying to get it to play when I was still blending out my concealer. So I was playing Beauty and the Beast. So I started with Beauty and the Beast, and I've now watched 5 Disney movies this past week. So, and then I'm just going to apply it underneath my eyes, and then we're just going to blend it out. But I started with Beauty and the Beast, and then I watched Cinderella after that. I think I watched Cinderella later that night, because I was finishing Beauty and the Beast from the day before. I had like 20 minutes left, because usually like when I start them, it's like 2 a.m. and then I start falling asleep, and then I finish them the next day. And then I watched Cinderella, then I watched Sleeping Beauty, no, then I watched Little Mermaid, then I watched Sleeping Beauty, and then actually this day, I think, the day after I watched Little Mermaid, I just like parked myself in the living room while my mom was working, and because I was just so tired still the next day. And then I watched Sleeping Beauty, and then I just watched Snow White last night when I'm doing this voiceover. Okay, so I just set my under eyes with my e.l.f. HD powder, and then I just used my Flower Beauty Light Illusion powder to set my face. And now we're gonna go back into the So Jaded palette to do the lower lash line. So what I'm gonna do is something I actually have never done before. Originally I was gonna go in with Sapphire, but I was like, you know what? I kind of want it to be a little bit of a lighter blue on the lower lash line. So I took the shade Turquoise again, and I was like, damn, that is pigmented. It's just such a pigmented color. And I took that, and I'm going to basically duplicate what I did on the top, all except I'm using turquoise instead of sapphire to create like a little halo on the bottom of the lower lash line, because I've never done this before. And I don't know why I haven't. I've been wanting to do it for such a long time, and I always think it looks so pretty. So I decided to do the shade Turquoise on the outer parts and on the inner part. And then I was going to pop on the shimmer shade in the middle of the lower lash line. So I thought that would look really, really pretty. So I took that, applied it, and then I'm going to take the shade Aquamarine again, and I'm going to dip it, and then I'm going to spray it with a little bit of setting spray, because I've seen people do that before with shimmer shades on the lower lash line, because sometimes they don't always come out super pigmented if you don't wet them on the lower lash line, and also they can kind of have some fallout if you don't spray them. But I also noticed when I didn't spray it on the other eye, I just wanted to test it out, that it wasn't really pigmented at all, so I had to spray it. So the spraying it definitely helps it stick to the lower lash line. See how I tested it out? And it wasn't pigmented enough, so I went ahead and sprayed it again. So I'm just going to put that on the middle still. And I think I was still finishing up the movie. But I'm so glad I decided to not talk through this one. And I think this is a little bit faster for us to get through the look a little bit faster. I'm trying to make my videos a little bit shorter now. Okay, so then the last shade I'm going to use is the shade Moonstone. And I'm going to take that shade and put it on the inner corners, and that's pretty much it for the eyes. And this is such a beautiful shimmer shade that I use on the inner corners all the time. It's kind of like a taupey with like, it's like a taupey shimmer with like a blue shift. It's so beautiful, like blue and silver in it. I love it. So that's why I thought it was perfect for this look. And with these Birthstone looks, we try to use just the So Jaded palette. We don't use any other palettes. We just focus on the So Jaded palette, and it really has helped me like just create so many looks with this palette. And honestly, it's really like made me use this palette once a month, but also I would use this palette the most anyway, because again, it's still my most used palette in my collection. And I think I say that every single month when I pull it out and use it for these looks, but it's true. So once I'm finished doing that, I'm going to take the LA Girl liner in the shade Cobalt. It's one of their wooden pencil liners, and I'm going to take that and line my waterline with it, because I wanted a little bit of blue on the waterline as well. And I was like, wow, this is actually coming out pretty pigmented this time, because sometimes they're a little bit hard to get pigmented enough if like my waterline's like watery. So I'm just going to take that and continue to line my waterline. Sorry, I'm just resting my voice for a sec. Okay, so once I have it to my desired effect, I had already primed my lashes off camera with the L'Oreal Voluminous primer, and then for my mascara I went in with the Maybelline The Falsies mascara. I really have been enjoying this one, and I really like it. It's a really easy mascara to use, very easy formula, but it gives your lashes such a nice curl and really really nice length. So I really have been enjoying it. I've always loved Maybelline mascaras. They pretty much never let me down. I mean, Maybelline and L'Oreal make amazing mascaras. I mean, it's no secret. Drugstore mascaras are usually always good. Okay, and then for my bronzer, I'm going in with the Ilia bronzer in the shade Drawn In. It was just the bronzer that was sitting on my desk, and I didn't feel like getting up again to grab another bronzer, so I just went in with this one, and I love this one. It's just a really easy bronzer to use. I probably should have used a different bronzer though, because this bronzer is scented, so the scent, not gonna lie, was making me feel a bit nauseous, because again, like anything that was like too sweet smelling, or like if I smelled any food that day, like I still didn't feel great, so I probably should have used something else, but what's done, it's done. And then for my blush, I'm going to go in with one of the Kathleen Lights Zodiac blushes, and this one's in the shade Lunar Has It, or I Need Space. I can never remember which one it is. I think it's Lunar Has It. And it's like that rosy pink one, and I always forget how pigmented these are. For some reason, I just did not think about it when I dipped into it. I had only dipped into it like not even twice, and I was like, holy crapiolies, like I forgot to, so I went ahead and sheared it out with my sponge, and then I blended it out with my brush after wiping it off on my color switch, and then I tapped it off for the other cheek, and then it went on the way that I wanted it to, but I forgot to tap it off for the the first cheek, and I was like, damn, that is pigmented. So yeah, that was definitely my fault. Okay, and then I went in with my highlighter, and I went in with the Colourpop Candyland highlighter. I believe this one is called Queen Frostine. And I was looking for my highlighting brush, which for some reason I can never find when I actually need it. So, of course, I was digging around, and sparkle was flying everywhere. So, I love my Colourpop brush to highlight with. I just can't highlight with anything else anymore. So I went ahead and was trying to look for it, and I obviously found it, and now I'm highlighting with that shade, and it's just such a pretty highlighter. It's like a champagne-y color, like taupey color with like blue in it, and it's just so pretty. So I just wanted to use it for this look. I'm just going to keep on highlighting. You don't even have to spray this one because it's really, really intense. So, and it's just so pretty. I was just checking to see how it looked. And I was like, wow. And then I went ahead and just sprayed my face with my Colourpop Pretty Fresh spray off camera, and then set my brows with my e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then for the lips, I didn't want to do anything too crazy because the eyes were already like really blue. So I just grabbed my Colourpop lip gloss from the Frozen collection, and this is Elsa's lip gloss in the shade Mythic Journey. And that's the only thing I've applied on my lips. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the entire look. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. So here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I really love how this look turned out. I honestly did not really feel like putting on a lipstick today, but I really like how this gloss kind of just tones down the eyes a little bit, and I just really like this like super sparkly gloss with this eye. I really love how this look turned out. I've been wanting to do like a halo eye with like the glitter like shadow on the bottom. I don't know why I always forget to do that for some reason, but I've been wanting to do a look like this for a long time, so I was like, what perfect opportunity to have to do it with Aquamarine. So again, I just want to say thank you to all the ladies that collabed for Riri, Kailee, and Xinia. I love you both. You're both so sweet. I did try to get Katie or Debbie and Allie to do it, but unfortunately they couldn't make a video in time. But if they can throw a look together, I will just post them in the description box below. If they're able to do it at some point, that would be freaking awesome. But yeah, I just wanted to say again, happy birthday to Riri. I absolutely love you. You're just one of the sweetest people I've ever met here on YouTube, and I really do enjoy our collabs every single month. I hope you have a very happy and healthy birthday. I hope you have a super fun one. Please let me know what you're doing for it. I would love to know. But yeah, I love you, girl, and happy birthday and many, many more. And happy birthday to everyone that has a March birthday. You guys, I have a lot of March birthdays. I don't know what it is, but we have my mom. We also have my mom's brother. We have my boyfriend. And we have my boyfriend's best friend. And what's weird, and we also have my boyfriend's sister. So my boyfriend's sister was born on March 28th. And my boyfriend was born on March 27th. And they were born like 10 years apart. So isn't that crazy? And also his best friend was born on the same day as him, and they're both the same age. Again, really weird. And then my mom and my mom's brother were both born on March 9th, but a year apart. Cray cray, right? I know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Again, please go check out all the ladies in the description box and check out their looks and show them some love. Subscribe to them. You are missing out if you're not watching them. They're all amazing. I love you guys so much. Please take a subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819. Happy birthday, girl. Bye.